My social media has pulled over 1 billion views and million followers in the last year. There are 5 rules I follow in all the content I produce, and in today's video, I'm going to share those rules with you so you can create similar results. It doesn't matter what niche you're in, these are universal truths that anybody can apply. Rule number 1, create content around high TAM topics. TAM means total addressable market. If you go to my social media accounts and you look at the view counts, the ones that have millions of views are about topics that are universal to multiple different people, regardless of what they do, how old they are, what job they have, and what they are interested in. The total addressable market is large. A lot of people can relate to what I am saying, and a lot of people can use the information that I'm sharing. If I create a video on relationships, everyone has been or is in a relationship right now. Where if I create a video talking about growing a business to 8 figures, 1% of the world can relate to that because nobody does it. It's very rare. And this isn't just about relationships. It's about understanding what topics are universal and have very high TAM. Another thing to keep top of mind is the video relevant to a large group of people? Relevancy is everything in content. A lot of you will create a video thinking that it is valuable, thinking that it will spark emotion, when in reality, it is only valuable to you. It is only relevant to you. You are biased to your own content. If you want content to go viral or just impact people in general, it needs to be relevant to them. And it needs to be relevant very quickly. When I hit the video on my social media For You page, I need to feel like it is relevant to my situation and me as a human being, or I'm going to scroll automatically. I'll do this right now in front of you. Open up TikTok. Don't care about this. Don't care about this. Don't care about this. Bulky season is actually kind of relevant because I gotta eat more food.
The reason why kids have a hard time in school is because their number one strength.
You know what? That's actually very relatable to me. Dan Martell, one of the homies in Kelowna, talking about kids in school. I'm actually struggling with what I should do with my kid when he gets old enough to go to school. Do I like homeschooling, public schooling, private schooling? What type of schooling is going to be relevant for my child to make sure that he has the best future possible? So you need to make sure that your content passes the test to be interesting to billions of people. Which brings me to the second rule, uniqueness. I'm gonna show you what not to do. Here's video number 1.
If you dead hang for 30 seconds, you'll improve grip strength, shoulder mobility, and decompress your spine.
Awesome. Let's see video number 2.
If you dead hang for 30 seconds, you improve grip strength and shoulder mobility and decompress your spine.
The worst part is that the first video wasn't even original because it was off of something else that we've seen in the past. Let me show you another example.
Hey babe, just calling to let you know I'm gonna be super busy at work today, and I want to let you know that I'm thinking about you. I love you, and I hope you have a great day. I don't want to go too long without you hearing from me and you worrying. So have a great day, and I'll call you as soon as I'm done. Okay, babe? Love you. Bye. 13 seconds. 13 seconds is all it takes.
Not bad. I actually like that video. Let's see the next one.
Hey darling, I've got meetings for the rest of the morning, but I will get back to you as soon as I can. I miss you, I'm proud of you, and I'm excited to see you later.
There's nothing unique about copying somebody else's content. This is incredibly important because you could be creating content with high TAM that makes you stand out, but copying content only makes you blend in. So you need to make sure that you are unique and different so you stand out from everybody else that's in your niche. Now, this might be hard because it's an overwhelming thing to think about. I've gone through the same thought process. I am not smarter than Alex Hormozi in business. I'm not more shredded than some of my friends in fitness. However, I am incredibly bold. I know what I know. I've done some pretty amazing things, and I'm willing to say what is on my mind, which a lot of people are not. I have lived a life that no one else has. And what makes me unique is I'm willing to express and talk about the things that I've lived through in a way that talks to people at a high TAM. And the good news is all of you who create content has this because you all have a unique life experience. This is also good because it will encourage you to do more shit. The best creators are the ones that do the most. They have lived life. They have experiences to talk about. They are embracing discomfort consistently so they can grow and talk about more things. Your unique advantage is that you are the only person that has lived your life, so share what only you can. Which brings me to the third rule, you need to set context within your hooks. We're gonna dive into my videos and I'm gonna show you the context per each video. Most women need to lift heavier weights. Pretty simple. We're talking about how women need to lift heavier weights in order to build the body that they want to build. If I would have said they just need to do more, that means nothing. It could literally mean anything about any subject. We could be talking about everything under the sun. So I set context by giving keywords. I'm talking about women and lifting weights. This also makes it relevant to all women who are in the gym wanting to build their body. Next one.
Parenting is hard enough with everybody being silent about how hard it actually is. Like, dude.
Pretty simple. The context is I'm speaking to parents and how hard parenting actually is. If I had said, it's just hard, man, we could be talking about anything, including my penis. And that's not relevant to anybody, except for my wife. Maybe, depending on the day. Let's go to another one. You need to be original and unique in your content to do anything in this industry. And you do that by only sharing the things that you can based off of what you've done and experienced in your life. We just spoke about this. We're speaking directly to individuals struggling with content and talking about how their story is what they need to express. Their life is what they need to express in order to see more success. If I would have just said, you need to be unique, you would have had the same thought process you had earlier in this video. What the fuck does that mean? There's no keyword. There's nothing for you to grip onto, so you would have scrolled. Imagine walking into a conversation that two people are having. You have no fucking idea what they're talking about because you have no context on who, what, when, or why. Or where if you ask for context, they're gonna be like, oh, Jenny fucked her ex. And now you understand the pre-context to understand the rest of the conversation. Jenny's a bitch. So you need to do this in the hooks of every video you create on the internet. Which brings me to rule number 4. Create content based off of your lived experiences. I can't stand when people create content around things that they don't understand, around things that they have never lived through. And it shows because they can't go deep, they only go wide. They lightly skim over the topics, but they never go deep and talk about the nuances to do with it. Because you can only go deep and talk about nuances when you've lived the experience. This is why I talk about sobriety. This is why I talk about business. This is why I talk about transformation. This is why I talk about parenting and relationships, because I have a kid. I've gotten sober. I have a wife. We've been together for 5 years married, 10 years together this year. I have lived these experiences, so I have the authority to actually speak on them. So I want you to ask yourself, have I done anything worth talking about? Because if content creation is hard for you, and it's very hard for you to come up with ideas, it's more than likely you haven't done anything with your life. You have nothing to pull from. It's very hard to pour water from an empty cup, which brings me to the 5th rule. Share your strong opinions. I want you to do an exercise. Think about your niche or the topic that you would like to break down or the industry you create content in and write down 10 things that you strongly disagree with or hate in that industry. This is what you're gonna prop your entire brand up against. Earlier, we talked about being unique. Well, to be unique, you must go against the grain. And there's no better way to go against the grain than to stand on your strongest opinions. What's also good about standing on your strong opinions is that there is emotion behind them. And emotion is polarizing. It hits people where it hurts. It hits people where it needs to be hit. Think about it. When you talk about something that you truly believe in, that you truly care about, your strongest opinion, it brings out the passion in your voice. It brings out the passion in you. It will make you feel a certain way. Usually it will even bring you back to the moment where you felt the thing that you built the opinion on in the first place. And the people who will do the best in content creation are the people who have the nuts to share their strong opinions. And this doesn't mean share your strong opinions just to piss people off. There's way too many of you trying to be Andrew Tate wannabes, calling people dorks and broke and stupid just to piss them off. That is not evoking emotion. That's you being an asshole. It's not about calling people names. It's about trying to be polarizing. It's about trying to make people feel and think a different way. I used to do it the way that we just told you not to. I used to be incredibly aggressive, call people out, call them names because I thought that's what polarizing meant. Now, I just try to make people think differently. I try to share the overarching theme that a large group of people are thinking through. I try to target and alter certain opinions to make people see things a different way. I have seen as an adult, as a parent, as a father, as an entrepreneur, that you need to alter your perspective and thought processes to be able to progress the needle forward and whatever you're trying to grow through. My goal on social media now is to target limiting beliefs of people struggling, things that people believe and have believed for a while that are hurting them, and make them see the other side. I want them to see life through my lens instead of just the lens that they refuse to look out of. And I couldn't do this if I wasn't willing to share my strong opinions. If I'm too scared to cross the line and state what I believe because of what you might think, I will never be able to make you see things a different way. These are the 5 content rules I've used to gain over 1 million followers in the last year. And if you want to watch me rip apart some of my clients' content, click this video.